Hi, welcome everyone on Keeping the Magic, the podcast. And today I'm with Amanda Baker from You Amaze Me podcast, and we are joining our platforms or podcasts together. We're collaborating, we've done it before, and I'm super happy to do it again today. So welcome, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here as well. We kind of did it reversed, or we're doing it a little reversed today. In the past, we've done it technically through mine, but I think just in following along with bridging or bringing them together, it can be on either one, and it's still the same because we're collaborators here, co-creating with magic and amazement.
I love that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. With magic and amazement.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I also it kind of comes up immediately to me where magic and amazement always isn't always everything is perfect, everything is great, everything is happy and exciting all the time. And I'm really happy that we're going to have this conversation together today. We touched base just before coming online, and we felt that we were in this kind of space right now where we felt a bit on edge and in between something, this kind of inner sensation of, okay, like this feels a bit uncomfortable. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's a bit confusing, and I'm not quite sure where I'm heading right now. I don't know if that's something you feel too.
Yes, you described it exactly as I was even just identifying or expressing to you just before we
Mm,
hit record. And as you were just talking, and I was even taking that in, the space in between is something that we said. And
mm.
as I was listening to you, just sitting here, and I'm like, I feel so content being here, signing on, talking to you, having these conversations. I don't feel as uncertain or confused or on edge in between. And then I was like, but I just said that I've been feeling that way. When is it that I feel that way? And I actually feel that way in the in between times of maybe an example being a recording and me doing yoga, or me having a great meal or enjoying taking a shower. But the in between of those things, that's what just came to me, is when I've been feeling more on edge or confused, maybe
Mm.
unsettled. But really, it's been in my body. It's been this tightness, this, I described it while I was writing it down the other night, like I'm on fire. I don't know if that resonates for you at all, but as if it's metabolizing something. Like I am
Yeah.
going through a change, and that's what this in between change is. I don't know exactly what, but it literally feels like it's happening in my body, but then also mentally, psychologically, emotionally.
I love, yeah. This resonates so much. This resonates really so much for me. Like same. Um, yeah, the word fire. It does feel there's this kind of fire, this kind of burning within, like this energy that's yeah, that's very present and sometimes a bit too much.
Yes, too much.
But not in the sense like, oh, I've got so much energy, I want to share all this energy. No, not that.
Not at all.
It's
Not at all.
more, yeah, the energy, something's happening, yeah, energetically within. And I guess that if we could, yeah, make a difference, it would be some kind of transformation,
Mhm.
something that is transforming within, alchemizing and burning, as you said, like so getting rid or burning what needs to be still burnt or left behind or released, or we can say describe it in several ways. And I have felt the same. And I really love the examples that you gave. Like, I only feel better. And even as if it was this comforting kind of like, again, hug or reassurance when I do those things that speak to my heart, where I can ground, where I can come back to something that takes care of myself. Um, Either just, as you said, like the shower, just, enjoying a shower, enjoying a bath, or something more deep, like taking care of my soul.
Oh, taking care of your soul. Yes. Because when you said shower, and what came to me too, and it is, I think it's a deep, not a cleanse, but you are cleansing, but that's not it. It's nourishing for the soul, and I think it's because it's this time to self too. So I enjoy this connection with other people who feel deeply in their soul. So there is this recognition, and like you said, when it's aligned, versus times where I feel needed or responsible or obligated. So that's when I'm noticing my irritability really being more activated or on edge, or I want to scream. I think I'm tired, and it's a signal of something. Like, it's not, oh, this person needs my help, or they're calling me and they want to talk, as if that's bad or wrong, but I think it's a signal to show me and my soul something, to show up in a new way, because that's a part of maybe what I'm shedding or burning. And I'm so used to certain kind of energy kind of running my life. You know, the stress, the pressure, the push, the meet expectations, the achievement. And I want to soften. And and I told you before this call too about the ice card, and that being one of frozen. And so I'm like, well, maybe I need to be on fire so that some of that can melt. But yeah, I hear you and agree, or it resonates for me about certain activities or things that I'm engaging with that are so attuned on that soul level.
Maybe it is a way also to realign or orientate a different way. We were talking about in our live the other day about this path, and you know, it's a windy path, and trusting the path, but sometimes we do need to adjust our direction. Maybe sometimes things don't align so much, and we only kind of notice with some kind of delay, and then suddenly like, okay, but this doesn't feel so aligned anymore, or it just doesn't resonate as much. And I think that when we are very aware of that, it becomes impossible to do otherwise, to show up or share if it's not 100% aligned with who we are or who we're becoming.
Yes, I get that.
And I think that sometimes when we become our authentic selves, well, you can't go back to half. I feel that, like, nope, not possible.
No, can't go back. Things might try to pull you a little bit, and you might, and that's kind of why it can be windy too. I am curious about your history, because for me, especially job wise, I've changed direction a lot, and that it seems to be maybe a pattern of do I get bored, or do I just get excited about a new idea? Do I need novelty, or are those things not aligned? And I keep kind of trial error of experimenting, because I have changed, not out of being a therapist, but the way that I do therapy.
Right.
Almost every 2 or 2.5 years. And I'm kind of on that again, where I'm now, I have my own business. I'm now on my own. And maybe that is what all of this was taking me to. But I have kind of, like you said right before us signing on here, questioning self, and I do think there's some fear there with being more solo led, with my business, but having connections and collaborations with people. And so I was going to ask for you, do you have any pattern like that, kind of changing directions a lot?
I definitely do. And it always aligns with who I'm becoming. My projects or what I wish to do or serve is always, it always evolves the same way. So, for example, I give this example. I still have, but I'm not on it so much. I had this Instagram account which is called Mother's Path,
Oh,
and
I didn't even know that.
that was
Hmm.
that was my initial project on
Okay.
Instagram. For example, I wrote a book about motherhood, and it's a guide to help mothers enter motherhood, but it's also a spiritual guide.
Hmm.
Like, to say it simply, it is there's spirituality, there's a lot of self-love, there's a lot of like how to reconnect with yourself, how to trust yourself. So it is for mothers and to do with childbirth and everything, but not only. And that was the beginning of my journey. And I felt so amazing about it. I wanted to share. And it was just like writing the book was a whole experience. And it was a big part of my life and a wonderful experience. And then there was this moment where obviously I was evolving in my personal life. I was evolving on my path also to um, um, just my own evolution, I guess, of becoming more aware, more conscious. And the more I was doing that and putting in the work and going through also challenging times, seeing parts of myself that I wasn't ready before to see that I was ready, and going through all that. So going through transformation, inner transformation.
Hmm.
Well, there was this moment where I was like, well, this doesn't align with me anymore. I felt a bit frustrated. I felt it was this kind of like heaviness, or it was felt a bit closed in the body. And I was like, there's something missing. Like, this is not me anymore.
Hmm.
And um, sometimes it's hard because when you put a lot of work and effort, I mean, it was very linked to the book. So it was big for me. It was a big thing. And in a way you could see it as failure, saying, well, I'm just going to give up all that now. I'm not going to put so much energy in it. I'm just going to, but then I was like, well, maybe not. It's just a next chapter. And like in books, you have chapters, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, the book ends.
Yeah, you have a new book and you get a new book. Yeah, you can. You could write a new book, but yes, the book ends.
Exactly. And so for me, it really felt that way. I was like, okay, well, this is the end of the book, and I'm going to write a new one. And so that's when I switched to Keeping the Magic, which was an account I've had for many years. It was my personal account. And I said, well, I'm just going to switch to that. It just feels more aligned. And yeah, the name actually is really great. It actually suits exactly what I want to share and how I feel. And so I was like, yeah, well, I might have to start from scratch. um, it's going to ask again for a lot of personal investment, a lot of motivation, persistence, consistency. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And so, yeah, I'm still there, still
Yes.
evolving, and really learning to trust each step that I take, as long as it feels right within, as long as it feels um, truthful within myself and what I believe in and what I'm feeling, then yeah, I'm just continuing.
Right. And that's somewhat what we got to on the live about being where you are, and you might not know the destination, but trusting what is aligned and following that. And maybe we can add in now the acknowledgement of when something is ending, when maybe a road has come to a dead end, not because of failure, but
Yeah,
because it served its purpose for that point in time. And now here's another road. And for you and me, because I had a poetry account, Amanda Baker Writes, that I ended
right.
and went to my personal account. Amanda on the Flip was my personal account that has turned into,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
my brand, full me, authentic, all of it in one place. And I think that's where some of that is going back then to that path. Like maybe
hmm,
you jumped off of Keeping the Magic for a little bit, did some of this journey over here, got some wisdom and insight and growth and evolution or just fulfillment. And
yeah,
then, okay, now back here, but revising it in a new way.
yeah.
And what I'm contemplating or struggling with is these sensations in my body, or feeling on edge, questioning things, I don't sense it the same way I'm not experiencing it the same way as other endings. And I think maybe I was questioning what's ending and what's my next thing. And maybe that's what's new, that I knew in this moment that I don't know what the next thing is, but doesn't necessarily mean that this path is ending, that the book is over. I just have no
Yes,
clue what the next page is even going to say.
exactly. It doesn't mean it's an end.
Mm-hmm.
It just means exactly that we don't know. Um, and even though we know it or we may know how to do it, sometimes it's hard to trust.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Mm-hmm.
hard to trust. And I guess that, being in the season, it's funny, I don't know why I had this resistance with the season and winter and this. And at
Okay.
the end of the day, I keep talking about it. I keep saying, yeah, but then it's winter and it's a season, so it's normal to slow down and to feel this way, which is true. And I think I was resisting that. I was like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it's true. Like I know it because I'm aware of it, and I try to consciously also um, listen to that when my body needs to slow down and things. But I was still resisting it in a way, kind of against it. But it keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And and I actually I think it was still this morning, I was like, but yeah, but look, we're in January, um, and you really feel the need to do less, go out less, see less people, engage less. But it's the moment where we put in the work that everyone won't see yet. This is
Yeah.
the moment where we put in our personal work and we kind of work behind the scenes
Ooh.
before it will be seen or shared or yeah.
Oh, I love that. Knowing that and I've said that before, but it's landing differently now, that this is the time of putting the work in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because what I've been also sensing and experiencing is this feeling of I'm behind. And that's I think a part of this feeling of behind. So I'm not getting everything done.
Mm,
If there is all these things that I need to get done by a certain deadline, and there's no rush, there is
yeah.
no
Yeah.
deadline, but that's the feeling, because I think I am so used to being more productive, faster pace, feeling more on top of things. Again, just the feeling. I don't think it's the actual reality.
Mm,
I too have been slowing down, not with as much force to slow down. I've just been slower. I haven't been on social media as much. I haven't been posting or even commenting as much.
mm,
And there is, again, like that fear there of if I don't keep up, then here's this bad thing that I don't even know like everyone will be
yeah.
gone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, saying that out loud, I think, is helpful to name, even though I can know it's not true, but it
Well,
feels.
I have definitely felt the same,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't been posting less. I
Yeah,
think
because
I have been posting more.
I've noticed that nothing. Yeah, I was like, you haven't been posting less, but you've said you've been resisting the slowdown. Yeah.
I've been resisting the slowdown. So
Mm-hmm.
I have been I have been doubling.
So you're doubling from that. We're,
Yeah.
we're maybe both coming from the same place, but two different reactions to it. Like
Yeah.
mine's all very internal of like, I haven't been keeping up. I didn't share this, or I don't have a story up. Like, oh, my views are going down because it tells you the views. Like, it's wild how much
It
I
affects so
it
much.
affects. Yes, yeah. Or even just keeping up with things in my cohort, like not putting things on the course content. And it's like,
Mm,
wow, I really have backed off, but
mm,
my body and internal experience is like alarm, alarm. Um,
yeah.
and yours, right? It's this a similar core thing, but a different reaction. Like you said, doubling on everything,
Yeah.
kind of maybe make up for, compensate.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I really told myself, literally, I was like, but this can wait. Like you can post all that and spread it out. Like there is no rush. Like there isn't.
There
For
isn't.
what? Like there
Yeah.
is no rush. And
Mm-hmm.
yet that uncomfortable, again, as you said, like this alarm was there. And it's like, okay, but then what next? Like it's not going to change, you know? Like it's not going to change. Like wow, I don't know. It's really, yeah. And it's wonderful to be aware, and um but it's not easy always to know exactly what to do
Mm-hmm.
or how to balance. Again, I think balance is just so important. How
Yeah.
can we balance things, in our lives, um in different, yeah, show up differently. I mean, the same more or less amount in our different aspects of our lives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to kind of, put more into one aspect than the other. And I guess that when we do, all the signals and alerts are saying, hey, no, but look at this over there and that over there. It can't all be over here.
No, it's not. And so having moments like this where we do name it or come to that awareness allows for that shift to start to look to the other side. And that word, you're the third person today that has said balance.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, yes. And I find myself being so curious as to what balance really is. Because one person spoke of it about time, like time
Mm-hmm.
balance, time with work, time with family, and having
Mm-hmm.
that be more equal.
Yeah.
I I find some resistance to that within myself, that we need to balance based on time.
Yeah.
Um, the other, what came up was based on like the metaphor of holding something and holding rocks, and versus holding, it was like coins, like money, right? And
Yeah.
so holding the same weight of a rock and the same weight of money,
Uh-huh.
one is going to likely feel easier or worth putting the effort in to hold. Like
Mm.
how much will you enjoy or feel the motivation and the effort to hold a rock versus holding maybe abundance,
Yes.
the same weight.
Yes.
I thought that was an interesting way to look at balance, because I don't know if that is fully really balanced. Are you more balanced because you're saying, I want to hold this abundance, I want to keep this, so I'm willing to hold it, I'm going to put in the effort, and I'm not going to complain about it. It's not going to feel as draining as holding these rocks that maybe mean nothing, but I'm forced to hold it? Or am I scared of what happens if I let this go?
Yeah.
So that was interesting take. I don't know what balance fully means to you, or if we might have another epiphany for balance come up here today. But even that, right, in between, you think of a balancing of a scale, and we were talking about being
Yeah.
in between state.
The in between, yeah. I mean, I like the fact that you said that, yes, it's true. It's not a bad thing that there is an imbalance in a way. If, for example, we need to put more effort in our career or professional life, because, yeah, at some point you need to make a living. So if you sit on your couch and do nothing, I mean, it's not going to fall from the sky for sure. um, who knows, but not yet.
Yes, maybe one time, and then you think, oh, I could stay on this couch forever, right? You get one lucky break, and you're like, no, it's not going to happen again.
Exactly. So I think that the imbalance, when we're happy to do it and we put the energy in something that's also dear to us, and that, yeah, that we are passionate about, and where we need the return, also the monetary return, which is normal, like we make a living.
Yes.
I think that's not an unhealthy balance. I think it only becomes unhealthy when we start to get a bit like on edge, annoyed easily. Yeah, like when we
Mm-hmm.
start to get that kind of, that's where the signal maybe is like, okay, like, yes, this is all good and you are allowed. Like, there's no rule that we shouldn't do that, but just maybe extra care having those moments during the day where we can come back to ourselves, even if it's 10 minutes, like stretch, breathe, take some fresh air, whether it's a hot shower, whether it's eating something that makes you feel happy or good, something comforting. Maybe it's a funny film, watch the funny film. All those little things that add up create the balance. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop putting the effort where it needs to go, because sometimes in life, well, it's going to be your career, well, do it, go there. But then I think the balance is just, well, how do I just make sure that basically my body and nervous system is yeah, taken care of.
Taken care of. Yes. Very worth taking in.
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily have to be balanced in all areas of our life. Like if we had to say love life, family, career, health, and all the other aspects of, spirituality. I don't
Yes.
think it exists that it's all balanced and all the same in all the areas. Maybe it happens, a few times in your lifetime, which is wonderful. But I don't think it's feasible that it is that way every day in our life from the beginning until the end. Like, I don't think it's feasible. So it's a matter of, there are moments in our lives, or even just like even in a week, where we need to put more effort in something in an area, and that's fine. But just remember maybe to just, take care of yourself and come back to yourself.
Yes. Yes, because I think to that is, as you said, those different areas, maybe the tension, the irritability, the on edge
Yeah.
is signaling which one, or maybe it's for you to identify, or us to identify which one is out of alignment.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure, but yes, to consider, like you said, family, relationships, spirituality, career, purpose, health, work.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it kind of comes back, it circles back to what you said when we started.
Mm-hmm.
You only feel better, or, when you do those things, when you have these talks, when you have a nice shower, when
Mm-hmm.
you go out for a walk, or that's when you're like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, okay, I feel better now. I don't
Yeah.
feel so, yeah, on edge or annoyed or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it circles back to that. It does circle back to um, depth. Sometimes you need a bit more depth, and the depth can be just those following those joys.
Following those joys. And when I'm taken out of the joy, not that something's taking me out, is am I taking myself out? Or are there just aspects that I'm maybe mindset as I'm looking at it's taking me out of my joy, when really that whatever it is could still be a part of my joy.
Yeah.
I mean, often I think we are the ones making it harder.
For sure.
When I'm thinking like, oh, I don't want to be bothered with, my car broke down and there's all these things that you need to do, like state requirements to trade your car, and going to Motor Vehicles Association, and documents that I didn't have. And like that feeling like this is pulling me out of my joy because I have to attend to this, as opposed to being able to go on a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yes.
those
Yeah.
moments, mm-hmm,
Definitely. When those things are part of life.
they are.
Like, obviously, we don't want it to happen, but
Yeah.
it happens. And we don't want to deal with it, but we have to.
Yes. And that's the tension. It's
Yeah.
like, I want that part of me that's like so annoyed by it to soften, and just to be like, this is okay. Amanda,
Yeah.
you have this. You have people supporting you who are helping you. You're capable, and it will go smoothly and it will come to completion. It's the moments of resistance and fighting it, and having
Yeah.
such a strong dislike
Yes.
that it is a part of our life. Yeah. And I think that's just a small example of a part of me that maybe that is what I'm letting go. Maybe that is what I'm working on letting go of. That strong dislike for certain things that are a part of the physical earthly experience that I tend to try to fight against. I think that
Yeah.
has been a message of mine
Yeah.
that maybe doesn't need to be anymore.
Mm. Yeah, that resonates a lot too. Definitely. And usually sometimes, yeah, it even though you're aware and you're in a way willing, you're like, okay, like I want to soften here. I want to, like, I know I can shift that, and I have my become aware and shift it and kind of see it differently and soften.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it shows up real
Mm-hmm.
strong before you're ready to completely let it go.
Well, exactly. And that reminds me of what you said, of something you said to me earlier when you said about New Year's Eve till now, like you thought for you that you would have evolved out of the feeling already.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I can't necessarily quicken the pace, make it go faster than what my own system is doing. It's more of just allowing the alchemization or transformation
Yeah.
to occur.
I'm really happy because for sure this conversation will really stick to me, and it will really help me. Yeah, it will help me soften where it needs to soften, and it will help me to remind me that there is no rush.
There's no rush. There's no rush.
You are safe. You're fine.
That's a good one too, right? Because sometimes that rush is from a place of feeling unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think we do need to hear sometimes someone say everything's going to be okay, and to feel that, to believe it without having to do anything.
Yeah.
Really believe and feel that message. And when it's offered, even from us to someone else, like when we
Yeah.
speak out here to the listeners,
Yeah.
everything is going to be okay,
Exactly.
that it's believed and it's felt.
And I'm really happy that we can share this together, but by sharing this and expressing this, obviously it's good for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also good for everyone who's listening. Yeah, you're not alone. Like, it's normal to feel this way, and I'm sure we're many to feel this way. And yeah, to know that we are in a way similar, going through something similar, feeling a similar way, it's sometimes all we need to know. And yeah, so I'm really happy that we can express it and share it. So maybe someone else will be listening and say, oh wow, okay, so it's not just me, like I feel the same. Woof, okay, that's a relief.
It's a comfort.
Yeah.
It's a connection. Would you like for us to pick a card?
Oh, I'd love that.
Yes. Ooh, okay.
I always love it.
Do you have a type of deck in mind?
Do you have something a bit like cosmic or spiritual, or something a bit like yeah.
So, yes, we've used these before, I think in our lives. So we have, this one's pretty cosmic, the star seed one, and then I have the soul mirror one. Say those are probably the two most cosmic.
Soul mirror, maybe?
The soul mirror. I was leaning towards that only because we did the starseed one not long ago on our live, and we did this in one of our early on lives, but it's a great deck, and I like it because it gives you a word and then kind of the two opposites, kind of the light side and the shadow side.
I love that. Yeah.
Or if you at any point feel it's time for me to stop.
Now.
Okay. So right or left hand?
Right.
And then top, bottom, or middle?
Middle.
Teaching. And it says withheld and giving. Picture there. She's growing, or she's like in the tree. It's pretty cool. Like almost like a growing in the tree or with the tree.
Yeah, like embracing it or part of the tree.
part of the tree? Teaching. Anything come up for you with that word, or withheld and giving?
Well, yeah, we give a lot, and I think this is maybe to be remembered that we are also held.
Right? The tree is also like a backbone for her. You know,
Mm,
you slow down. If you let go, like for me, it's been okay. If I don't keep up with this pace, even though I've slowed down my pace,
hmm
whatever that feeling, if I don't keep up, it's almost like everything, what has come to me, it's like, oh, everything I've built is just going to go away. Like,
yeah,
like almost as if I'm the one holding it up by continuing to go,
right.
go. Yes, it's this, oh, if I slow down, if I stop, I'm going to lose it all. Which, I mean, you shared and we have both real experiences where that's not necessarily what's happened. You ended the mother account. I did with my poetry account, and it didn't destroy anything. Though I knew that I was going from one thing to another. I think that's what's different is I've always known what's next. Like, oh, if I leave this thing, I have this job lined up. And that's what I was taught. Like, don't quit a job without having your next one in place.
Yes, yes,
Don't move without knowing what house you're moving into.
exactly. Yeah, the security and the planning. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, right, the illusion of that security with
hmm
planning. So
hmm
I really like that you've said about, that you're held, like we're held. And if we slow down and stop, that doesn't mean the tree doesn't continue to grow with you, with her,
Yeah. And it doesn't mean, yeah, that everything stops or the tree falls down.
or the tree falls down. So it says, now is an opportunity to learn and teach, to receive and give. Embrace the experience of sacred learning in the 3D realm with an open heart and loving mindset. You will reap the benefits of divine intelligence. Our lives flow in waves of experiences and circumstances, all which offer a choice of teaching and learning, or sharing, or even withholding and ignoring. When you desire to share, you're giving the gift of knowledge, opening yourself up to energetically also learn. When you desire to withhold, you cut off your ability to receive, to learn, to grow, and you remove yourself from that flow of knowledge. We are all here on earth to learn and to teach. Our outer world is our inner world's most important teacher. It reflects sacred knowledge of our expansion and healing. Being human gives the opportunity to experience fast-paced learning through the heavier 3D realm, which is so clear and evident through your physical body. We must use our time here to share, to teach, to grow, to learn in all the facets. So the reflection question says, which actions may I take to open myself up and share with others? How may I learn from the outer world and apply that learning to my own life? How may I find the courage to give and receive gracefully?
Yeah. There's something that comes up while you were reading,
Mhm.
and I read the other day somewhere, and it really, like, it was like, ah, I knew it already, but it was just said in such a way. I was like, wow. Um, what we experience in a 3D now is what we have wished for 6 months, a year ago.
Ooh.
And so sometimes we are frustrated with what we're experiencing now because we already have the vision or the sensation or the energy of something that's already different or
Different months from now.
transformed or evolved. And the thing is that we don't see the tangible yet. So we're like, but then this is, what is this? Again, it's the in between. So it's happening, but you can't see it yet.
Yes.
But it will happen
Yeah.
because everything that you desire, everything that you wish to create, there's just delay, but it will eventually happen.
I love.
And I really feel that sometimes this in between is actually what we can actually see right now in our lives as proof. But then when you think about it, it's kind of like quite powerful to say, yeah, okay, this is not maybe exactly where you want to be, or but that's normal because what you're living now is what you wished for a year ago, for example.
Right, right. Yes.
So there
Yes.
is a gap. There is sometimes until it catches up, because there is a moment when it does catch up, and then it's like, oh, okay, this feels great, because you kind of, oh yeah, you're finally seeing some maybe results or outcomes that kind of reflect what you have been working towards or feeling or envisioning or manifesting, whatever. Yeah, okay, I've catched up, I feel it now. But there is this, again, this gap between, well, I can't see anything, no results, no, nothing changed. And it feels really uncomfortable and scary.
For sure. It does. It does. And I think that is that state of the in between. We're constantly in the in between, but we can also pause and take in, this is what I've wanted too previously, and it's here now. And can we see, it might not all be it. There might be things that are still difficult, but notice, identify something
Yeah.
that you have created that's here in the physical form now.
And I think it really helps to become grateful.
Mm.
Sometimes it's hard to be grateful, but that's a great exercise to be grateful, to remember, like, yeah, but like, wow, 6 months ago, like if I had knew, wow, like, and it's nice because it allows you to feel grateful for where you are, for who you are, for what you've done, for what you've received. Yeah, so that was powerful because it literally just like lit a light. I was like, oh yes.
Perfect. Perfect thing to share. And that's what this card is. At first for me, I'm like, oh, it's telling me to share. And I've been pulling back because I've retreated a little bit, not in a regression way or bad way, but at that first I was like, oh, it's saying to share, but to share organically. I mean, what you just shared is teaching somebody something.
Hmm.
And even for me, reminding me of something. And that's it. It's letting it come up in the moment.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Taking all of that in.
Yeah, that card and what came up at the end really brought um, some comfort and some trust.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like it feels very soothing.
Soothing. Yeah. Me too. Me too. May I ask, what are some things that you want 6 months from now?
I think I would like to um, know a bit more where I'm supposed to share more, because I share in different ways, different
Mm-hmm.
things, whether it's yoga, whether it's more transformation, inner transformation, healing, um, different aspects of how I share and what I love, different ways of helping, also coaching. And so I think I would like to maybe for the path to be a bit more clear, and and yeah, and so it becomes also a full-time job,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it's not right now. And I would really love I would really love it.
Full-time job. Yeah. Six.
Full-time job, and definitely where it involves, I don't know how, traveling.
That was mine. I was like, if she asks me 6 months from now, definitely on there. Yes. Yeah.
I think one of my dreams would be literally to meet so many people that I've connected with on social media,
Mm-hmm.
amazing people. I would like to go and meet all of them.
It's
And that's
incredible.
all over the world. So I'm like, okay, so
Bring in the means to be able to do that. Yes. Yes. I love that.
but yeah, definitely more clarity and meaning in what I do and how I help, because this is what I want to do. This is it. Like there's no doubt of that. While I continue to grow and learn and yeah,
And experience more. Yes. The
experience.
experience of it.
Yeah.
And so at some point, 6 months ago or whenever, maybe longer before that, you wanted to be doing what you're doing now. And like I hear you say, I'm doing exactly what I wanted to be doing. And at some point you
Yeah.
wanted it and it wasn't fully here. And
Yeah.
it is. So I think that's the proof that wanting to be able to travel and meet these people that you've met online will get to come to fruition, will unfold and occur.
Yeah. And if it's something that we truly wish, it will happen. Usually the things sometimes that's another thing I want to say. When we talk about the law of attraction or manifesting and things, sometimes we get frustrated because we have these like I know it's very en vogue many years to do these vision boards, and sometimes we get really frustrated because we look at it and we say, oh, but I didn't, like, half of it happened, but where did the other half go? Like, I really wanted all that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really? Because if you really did, you would have it.
Yeah. That's funny because I said something similar. I said something similar. I confronted someone who said they wanted joy, that all they've wanted is joy in their life and it hasn't happened. I was pretty confrontational with them and I said, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you really want it. And I think sometimes we can intellectually be like, I want joy, but
Yeah.
subconsciously just not really want it because maybe
Yeah.
joy is unfamiliar. Joy is scary.
Yeah.
There's resistance or there's protectors. And so it's uncovering that so that the heart can lead, and then the heart can say, yes, I really want joy. And then they come together so that it is created in the
Yeah.
physical. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, there's going to be things that we think we want that we don't really want, or there's things that we actually do have happen. Then we later realize, oh, maybe I didn't really want.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
I
okay.
think that, yeah, I was just going to say, sometimes it's something we want. It doesn't mean that we won't get it. It just means maybe sometimes we're not ready also.
Mm-hmm.
And to have patience with ourselves, because sometimes it can be a bit like, oh, wow, okay, so how can I, if such, it is something I really want, but then if I'm not really desiring it deeper within, how am I going to do that? It will happen. It just means that you're not ready, and there are still things that need to be seen or done before.
Yeah. Yes, to get ready so that you sustain it, cherish it, interact with whatever it is in a way that I want to say like allows it to stay. So that
Yes,
you
allow
don't
that.
mess it up. Yeah, like, oh, it's here. Here's my dream job. And then, oh, I got fired the first week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing messages, full of magic.
Yes. Really wonderful. So happy.
Me too. Thank you.
I hope it helped. It helped, and yeah, that it could guide others too. And
No, it looks like we lost Charlotte. Well, I think she was about to say that she hopes it guides others to, well, maybe you fill in the blank, to a life of fulfillment, to a life of greater awareness and evolution and growth, even if you're in the in between. I invite you all to share your comments, your questions, like and subscribe, follow us. We're here for you. We will likely do this again. And if she pops back on, she can share. But otherwise, I will wrap us up and close us up and just appreciate the time and the space